Now, there is a lot to talk about, so we're just going to dive right in. Quad, you recently filed for divorce from your husband, Gregory, and it was very publicly revealed that he was unfaithful. So what is that like to go through that in front of the cameras?
It's very challenging, Adrienne. You know, everyone has an opinion. Everyone thinks they know your story. They think they know your journey. They are very judgmental. And it really hurts. And it hurts not to only go through it, but to see it happening again on television and then having a lack of support, you know, from people who you think would be there to support you. So it's tough.
I'm understanding that, like, people are almost trying to turn this and blame you.
Oh, absolutely.
How does that happen?
You know, Jackie went through the same thing. It's interesting. You know, I've heard so many things on social media. I've heard, oh, well, you know, he cheated on her because she didn't want to have a baby, and you know, she's sterile, and she didn't tell him, and she never wanted to have kids.
Wow.
And I'm like, at what point? When did you guys go to the doctor for me? Because I never got that report.
Yeah.
Like, I never got that
straight
report.
here.
You know?
Yeah.
And so it's very disheartening because I would love nothing more than to have a child.
Wow.
But I was not going to bring a child into the relationship that was a bit unstable. And it was tough. And I felt like I wanted to offer my child the best situation for emotional stability.
I respect that.
Yeah.
And Dr. Jackie and Toya, was it hard to see your friend actually go through this? What was that like?
It's absolutely hard seeing any friend, not even a friend, any woman go through infidelity and to see it play out publicly. And, you know, having experienced it myself made it, you know, brought it all back home again.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I commend you on being honest about your husband and his infidelity. How did this bring you and Quad closer?
I mean, we shared a common bond where two women who find out about a relationship publicly. I mean, it's bad enough having infidelity in your home, but to have to share with millions of people made it a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
Do you think if, Quad, if you hadn't have, put your marriage on the show, you would still be married today?
You know, I cannot say that the show did this to us, Lonnie. I think that, you know, we had some challenges that we were, you know, trying diligently to work through, and it just came to no avail, you know. I don't think that it's the reality show. I mean, yes, you see on the show where everyone is trying to dig, they're digging deeper, and they're trying to sink their teeth into what's going on in my marriage. And I'm like, you know, there's other women on this show. Let's talk about your relationship. Stop latching on to my what's happening in my life, you know, so you keep yours in the dark.
Right.
Let's deal with some of the things that you have going on. I have never been the person that's gonna, you know, be intrusive or badger my friends. I'm just not gonna do it.
Wow.
Quad, do you feel like your friends here are being supportive?
Jackie has always been supportive. You know, she has, of course, she went through that. Toya and I have had some hiccups along the way, but we've had conversations since then, and you know, she's kind of, you know, turned everything around, and she's, you know, she's like, I was wrong, you know, so she's turning around.
That's good.
Well, how did that?
Quad, Toya, what do you have to say about that?
I mean, honestly, you know, me and Quad, like I said, it's difficult, you know, being a mother and having left a career for my husband and for my family, just to raise a family and to develop a household. You know, I'm thinking that is like one of the most important things in a marriage, to build a family. So when I saw Quad saying, you know what, I want to have a career, I was like, oh my God, girl, you know, wait a minute, your husband wants a baby. Don't you want to give him his wish, you know? And she's like, wait a minute, honey. Wait a minute. You don't know what's going on behind these closed doors. And it took us to have that conversation one-on-one. And when we had that conversation, it was like, okay, I hear you. I hear your cry. And, you know, and we had to have that conversation.
This is deep.